called George Floyd. George Floyd was not a perfect man. We all know this. He, however, did not deserve to die in the way he did, in broad daylight, later witnessed by millions of people. As a mom of 2 young Black men, daughter, niece, sister, aunt, god-aunt, grand-aunt, friend, and colleague to Black men and boys, the knee on George Floyd's neck had a significant impact on me and came to symbolize my own struggles as a Black mother. I kept asking myself why this one affected me so. After all, this was not the first time a tussle, a shooting, or bent knee had taken a Black man's life, so why now? As a practicing woman of faith, spirituality is integral to whatever I do. I pray and look to my faith for answers during tough times, often reflecting and meditating when looking for answers. George Floyd's public killing and issues around the disproportionate COVID-19 deaths sent me on my usual meditation and prayer request. Why, God, I agonized, when will all this stop? This was the moment my answer came. Some will call it a light bulb moment, eureka, epiphany. But for me, it was the still small voice of my faith. It told me to look into myself. The voice in my heart asked me to reflect on my career journey of 20 years plus in the UK and asked me what I was doing to help people along similar paths. The voice in my heart asked me a rhetorical question. Do you know the more you are given, more will be required of you? At that moment, I knew I could not judge anyone, not if I was not doing my bit to help. This is how the idea for One2One Mentoring Network was birthed. We are a strong and dynamic network of like-minded people, experienced and high-achieving professionals from mostly Black and other minority ethnic communities, wanting to share our personal and professional experiences with people starting on a career journey. One2One Mentoring Network is an organization with a serious mission and vision. Our Chief Operations Officer, Samantha, refers to us as a movement. Our placards are not the ones you wave on streets. Our placards are waved behind closed doors. They tell stories of passion, dedication, and commitment involved in setting up meeting upon meeting to listen to individuals or groups of people vent, brainstorm goals, and be a soundboard in safe places. We are an organization that believes that mentoring and coaching people from Black and minority ethnic communities can lead to changes in mindsets and result in increase in performance, potential, lifelong learning, and resilience. To climb to the highest point of a career in a country where we are the minority population, you need resilience and plenty of it, nothing to be sniffed at. We believe that supporting people to remove barriers affecting their potential can empower and enable them to achieve their maximal potential so they can enable and empower others. We are also an organization that believes in inclusion and allyship, partnering and allying with people from non-BME communities can make us stronger as a community, open doors of opportunity, pave the way for insight and understanding into different cultures and backgrounds, and can result in racial harmonization. Our story only started in June this year. Over the last 4 months, we have gained legal registered charity status, no mean feat, and expanded, attracting high quality mentors and supporters from diverse professional fields and mentees of different ages. We have also a silent army of people who are not active members, but willing to provide support around their industry. We continue to form meaningful partnerships, collaborations, and affiliations with individuals and organizations with similar synergies in the spirit of networking and working together. We are in the process of discussing collaborations with the NHS, medical bodies, and other institutions. We have plans to work with underperforming schools through our career workshops. We will employ research methods to explore barriers to progress in people from especially Black and other minority ethnic communities. Our Parent Heritage Academy targets parents from BME communities, and we are currently planning parent workshops on a number of neurodevelopmental disorders, example ADHD and autism, that can impact on learning progress at school, including equipping parents with the tools to mentor and coach their children to achieve their educational goals. We are in the process of developing a rich hub of resources, a single point of access for all volunteer mentors and coaches, and a marketplace resource hub also for people from other helping professions who may not necessarily be members, but as long as they pass our due diligence test. We are already demonstrating impact with our mentees progressing and achieving through our learner bubbles, one-to-one activities and volunteering opportunities, panels, and focus groups. We plan to facilitate apprenticeships, internships, and work experience opportunities for our mentees in the future. Through our activities, our mentees are also provided with leadership, influencing, problem solving, public speaking, mentorship, research, and writing skills. We are currently building links with our international partners with the aim that anyone coming to the UK, Europe, or USA for education or a career can be supported through our network and affiliates. As part of our educational activities, the network has a regular radio bi-monthly mentoring show that broadcasts to Black communities in Africa and the diaspora. We have also organized virtual panels on diverse topics, and we'll be doing some work with the TV channel soon. What am I proud of? I am proud of my team of trustees, key partners, and volunteer mentors and coaches. These people are not paid for what they do. What drives them is the passion they have in seeing someone other than a close relation succeed. These are my warriors, dedicated, committed, passionate about the Black and minority ethnic community. Most of them say this at their first interview. After all, we are doing this already, so why not do this as a network? I am proud of my mentees, of our mentees. They show commitment with engaging with their mentors, coaches, and programs, and achieving great things in their areas of work and study. I am proud of our non-BME allies who believe in minority ethnic initiatives and support us from the front and in the background. As one-to-one mentoring network, what do we do best? Ladies and gentlemen, we are a network interested in seeing our mentees succeed, and this is what we do best. We empower and support people to progress, utilizing lessons learned, navigating careers in a country where we are the minority population. We need to work together to change mindsets as a Black and minority ethnic community. We can work effectively together and change history and banish forever into the history books the saying that Black and minority ethnic people must work 10 times harder to succeed. I'm encouraging you to join us, this movement that pledges to do all we can to ensure our future generations do not work 10 times harder. How do you join this network? You can join us as a member, affiliate, collaborate, or you can merely sign up to provide advice about your industry or sponsor us. No help or engagement is too little. I want to conclude this introduction by quoting an old African proverb, one of my favorites. If you want to walk fast, walk alone. But if you want to walk far, walk together. I repeat, if you want to walk fast, walk alone. But if you want to walk far, walk together. Let us walk and work together, supporting our younger and future generations. This is their time. This is their time. I want to say a big thank you to our Chief Operations Officer and the committee for organizing this event. Thank you also to my trustees, key partners, volunteer mentors, and mentees. I'm truly appreciative of the fact that you believed enough to go on this journey with me. We will indeed walk together and go far. Thank you to my husband and our sons. You were patient when I needed to brainstorm ideas in the beginning and when I need a calm oasis in my busy life. Lastly, my appreciation to the God of my faith. I feel humble, for I could not have achieved this without him. After all, I only consider myself an instrument in his hands. Please, please permit me to refer to a scripture from my faith that says, "This is the Lord's doing, and indeed marvelous in our eyes." Thank you all once again, and hope you enjoy the rest of the program.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Right, I think if this hasn't inspired anyone, we want to start to see lots of sign-ups right after this. Very, very inspirational. Thank you. What's happened?
Hi, Samantha.
Yeah, hi, I'm here. It says
Yes.
the host has stopped my video. I apologize.
Okay.
We didn't.
Right.
I should have talked about.
No panic. No panic.
I should have talked about hitches, potential hitches.
All right.
Thank you very much. Now, the next thing we have on here is throughout this session, we're going to be introducing you to some of our members. We'll be doing them in pairs, and it'll just give you a flavor of what we're about and who we've got. So the first two I am calling Dr. Uriana Boy and Professor Amaka Offa. Please, can you join us? Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. It's really lovely to see so many of you join us this afternoon. My name is Uriana Boy, and I'm one of the trustees of One2One Mentoring Network, and I'm also its current treasurer. I've worked in the NHS for over 25 years, initially as a clinician, but mainly in dental public health. I'm also a wife and a mom of 3. As I've reflected on my career, particularly my experience in the workplace, I'm so grateful for the many voices of experience that acted as critical friends and also allies. But I'm also painfully aware of the times when, during my career, I could have benefited from having help to navigate situations and also the system. So my reason for being a part of one-to-one mentoring is my aspiration that together we can make this network one that would offer the sort of help that I enjoyed, but at the same time offer the support which I wish I had had. So thank you very much, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the program.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Uriana. Amaka, can we hear from you now?
Hi, everybody. Hi, Samantha. Susan, that was an excellent introductory speech. I'm Professor Amaka Offa. I work at the University of Sheffield. I've been in the NHS as a radiologist for 15 years, perhaps. Within one-to-one mentoring, I'm the lead contact for academia and research and for publicity and engagement with the universities. I have been lucky enough to be one of the few Black female professors in the United Kingdom. So I've reached more or less the top of where I can go, really have a faith-based passion to bring others to the levels of success that I'm enjoying. My children will tell you, I've told them growing up, I don't mind what you do, but make sure you do it well. If you're a road sweeper, have the cleanest roads in the country and invent something that will make every other road sweeper think, why didn't I think of that? And I want to inspire our younger generations with that same mentality. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Amaka and Uriana. We're very pleased that you were able to tell us a bit about yourselves and what you do for us. Right, so the next bit is I'm going to invite, I have a guest now. Her name is Yvonne Lawson. She's recently been awarded an MBE for her work. And I'm delighted that she accepted to join us this afternoon. So Yvonne, can you come on the screen, please?
Right, can you see me?
Oh, yes, I can see. Hi, how are you?
I feel really well. It's a pleasure.
Good,
Yeah.
good. And I, once again, I want to say on behalf of all of us, I'd like to say congratulations again. MBE. I know that we were very excited, but thank you very much. So Yvonne, you're the CEO and founder of the Godwin Lawson Foundation. So could you tell us a bit about it, please?
Okay, so it's a pleasure. Thank you again for inviting me on board. It's a pleasure to be on here. My name is Yvonne Lawson, and just founder of the Godwin Lawson Foundation. The Godwin Lawson Foundation was founded in 2012. Sadly, after we lost our son Godwin through knife crime. So Godwin, at a tender age of 16, he was offered a scholarship to play at Oxford United Academy. So that meant that Godwin had to actually move away from London. He lived in Oxford, and he would come occasionally to visit friends and family in London. He came that particular night. He went to see some of his friends. They went to get something to eat. Unfortunately, as they were walking, he suffered a stab wound. And within 2 minutes, Godwin lost his life. When it did happen, as any mother can imagine, is the worst experience that anyone could go through. I then started to research into knife crime because I realized that I was really naive as a mum. Although I live in Enfield, I didn't really know much about knife crime. You kind of distance yourself from it. You know, it comes in the media and then, you know, it's an O and an R's and I'm really sorry it's happened. And as normal, you just move on with your life. But there we are, that we had been actually faced with knife crime. It had actually happened to our son, who was on the right path, who didn't have any affiliation with gangs, had just visited London, and he's lost his life. And all our dreams died with Godwin. So I think I couldn't rest but to find out more about knife crime. And then kind of change my notion as to the sort of young people that do get affected by knife crime, that it can actually happen to everyone. So the Godwin Lawson Foundation, in short, was set up. The aim of the foundation is to reduce gun and knife crime. And then also to provide positive initiatives for young people so that they can reach their fullest potential.
Thank you. So, I mean, it always makes me, it's always very sad when we we hear these, and until it happens to somebody that you know, like you said, it sounds like a statistic. But off the back of this, you've been doing a lot of work, and I've been looking at. I've gone on your website. By the way, I'll give you the link at the end of this interview, and we'll also put it in our chat if anyone wants to help. But looking through your website, I could see various initiatives that you've got on there. But one that caught my eye was the one that was about empowering girls. It's an empowering girls project. And so could you give us some kind of an overview about that?
So most of our activities or our initiatives is done through education and through mentoring and through sports. And through our research, we realized there wasn't enough done for girls. All the emphasis was on boys. And however, we had huge issues with some of the girls who were at risk of being exploited as young girls to the gangs and knife crime. So the Empowering Girls project, as the name kind of reflects, was just to empower those young girls that are likely to be at risk of being either victims or perpetrators of knife crime. So inevitably what we do is we liaise very closely with the schools, who then identify those young girls that are likely to be exploited or being perpetrators of knife crime. And we go through extensive kind of criteria. So some of the criteria could be if they've had severe childhood behavior issues and mental health, if they've had exposure to violence in their community or at home, then they become at risk. If they've had low academic aspiration or not engaging in the school curriculum or more at risk of being excluded, then they become at risk. One of the criteria is also antisocial. So if they're beginning to show signs of being antisocial or beginning to engage in very kind of small criminality, we then pose them as being risk. Also, poor quality family network. So if the family are not engaging, if they've got one of the parents in prison, for example, then they become at risk. If they've got a history of running away from home. So basically the whole point of the Empowering Girls is almost to prevent rather than cure. So as we all know, prevention is better than cure. Let's get there early. Let's get to those girls that are so vulnerable, and everybody knows that they are at risk, but yet the teachers kind of just wait until they get fully engaged in criminality. So our vision is get there early, prevent and support, and support another initiative that we're doing is support the parents as well, because we realize if we're going to get a holistic child and holistic children, we do need to get the parents involved in it.
Yeah. I mean, it's when you listen to that, particularly, I guess, when you see these young girls, and your mission is to just make sure that you're getting to them early, and that you're taking them sort of outside as part of everything, to take them outside of the environment that they're
Absolutely.
in.
So we do. So our first initial. So our project are in 3 elements. So the first one is we work very closely with the young people, and we offer sort of personal development, self-esteem. What is a healthy relationship, really? So that the young people or the young girls will know when they are exposed to at-risk relationship. How can they actually know that this relationship is not healthy enough? If I'm meant to carry a knife, or if the gang members encourage me to sleep with them, then is that a healthy relationship? So that's our first element of the project that we do. The second element is to take them from their locality. So we take them to the countryside where they can kind of experience another lifestyle that is outside their locality. So sometimes if you haven't got a rich experience, it's hard to have any inspiration or aspire yourself to that level. So we take them away from Tottenham, for example, or Hackney, for example, and we take them to the countryside where we give them a flavor to what life outside their locality kind of look like. And our final one is we offer them 6 months of mentoring, one-to-one mentoring. We go into the schools where we give them that safe space for them to talk about issues that they may be having. If they're having challenges in their relationship, we give them that space to talk about that. Then through that one-to-one mentoring, we can signpost them, and we could also go back to the schools and liaise very closely with the teachers and, you know, tell the teachers the specific issues that the young people may be having, that they've not been able to express themselves to the teachers, for example, and we find out ways that we can help them forward so that they can end up being a positive member of our community and society rather than being in criminality.
Well, thank you so much. I think, I mean, the last bit I was going to talk about, I think we've touched on actually, which is about mentoring. And I think you've mentioned that, and it's so clear that you get positive results out of these. And I think, you know, you really, you know, you have to be applauded for this off the back of something very difficult, that you found this positivity and the strength to help others. And for that, we're extremely grateful. You are an inspiration to all of us. And I wish you all the very best. And thank you for taking the time to join us. If anyone out there is passionate in any way about helping with any of these initiatives, please go onto their website. It's www.godwinlawsonfoundation.org. This will be posted in the chat anyway, so that if you didn't get that, you can. And you know, and of course we're affiliated with Yvonne, and as we've started out, so there are things that we'll do that will cross over nicely. But thank you so much again. We're really grateful.
Thank you for having me, and I think the support that I've had over the years has been amazing. This journey hasn't been completed by my own. I think having love and having people just supporting left, right and center, the community kind of showing love is, you know, has brought me this far. And my faith, of course, without God, I wouldn't have been here. So thank you so much. Yeah.
Quite all right.
Looking forward to more.
Good. It's been lovely having you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay, so yeah, that's very, very touching, very moving. I want us to go on to the next bit, which is another introduction of 2 members. So could you both come on, Dr. Naomi Elton and Dr. Nivedita Bajaj.
Hello, shall I go next?
Yes,
I just
please.
want to say how incredibly inspired, and thank you, Yvonne, for everything you do in the foundation. And so I'm feel a little bit of the wild card, really. Obviously, not being Black or BME, my identity is as a culturally Jewish British person, and I coach professionally and love supporting others in developing their careers. I coach a lot of people, and at the moment, interestingly, Black and minority ethnic people more than white in the pandemic. I took the risk of giving up my work as a child psychiatrist after 30 years. I had to first success in my career, but kind of just wanted to work for myself, and the timing wasn't perfect. I will admit I didn't predict the pandemic. So I now work as a coach and a mediator and soon to be family therapist. I rejuvenated a qualification that I had about 100 years ago. And over the years, I've done a lot of training and development. So at this very, very difficult time in history, I'm very keen to help lead the continuous professional development as an associate member. I'm very honoured to be here.
Oh, thank you so much.
Yeah.
We're very happy to have you as part of our family. Thank you very much, Naomi. Nivi, could you come on the screen now, please?
Yeah, I'm already there.
Uh-huh.
Hello, hi, thanks, Sam. Hello, everyone. I'm Dr. Nivedita Bajaj, and in One2One organization, I'm lead link for Associate Member Pathway and Child Development Courses. I work in NHS as consultant neurodevelopmental pediatrician in Lister Hospital in Hertfordshire. So I'm here in the UK for past 18 years. I'm from Indian origin. And throughout my career, I have had many challenges. I have been to the lowest point at some point. But I always have had good mentors around me who always throughout my training and thereafter as a consultant helped me. They not only guided me and supported me, but also contributed in shaping my career. And I am today who I am because of their contribution to some extent. And as a mentor, my goal is now to inspire and empower members of BME community who aspire to rise high against all the challenges they may face in this world, just like I have faced some. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Nivi. Thank you. And thanks to both of you. We really appreciate this. So I'm going to go straight on, in the interest of time, to talk to Tammy. Tammy is our youth ambassador, and I'm really looking forward to introducing her to you. So Tammy, could you get on the floor? There you are. Hi. You're on mute. Can you unmute yourself?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah.
Hello. How are you?
I'm great, thank you. It's great to be here today.
Yes. Now you're always sort of this good, sort of big smile every time I see you. You're always very happy. So Tammy, you're our youth ambassador lead link for One2One Mentoring Network. So can you just tell us a bit about yourself, what you're up to, what you're doing, and that sort of thing?
Yeah, so like Samantha said, I'm the Youth Ambassador Lead Link. So I'm currently in my final year of A-levels. I study English literature, history, French and German, with the hopes that next year I can apply to study law with French. Aside from my studies, I am a co-lead of the 2020/2021 edition of our Law Society. And also I am an equality and diversity prefect for my school.
I'm just listening to all these things and thinking, so how old did you say you were again?
So I'm 17.
17, okay. So what was your motivation behind wanting to improve the system around the equality and diversity? Is this something that you've always been interested in, or is it something that you've kind of like just been, is it an effect from everything that's been going on?
Well, for me, I've always had like an ardor for advocacy. I just feel like my confidence to materialize these ideas and these passions has grown massively since I've been in sixth form. So I was able to kind of establish my individuality and ensure equality and diversity in like all systems, and show that that is a part of me, that wanting to bring equality and diversity to systems is a part of me. And reforming education systems has always been a strong focus for me, because I believe education to be the start of personal growth, and that it precipitates your journey as being a well-rounded individual. And equality and diversity is where I feel like that should be more widely advertised as part of that message of becoming a well-rounded individual, and also a part of that process, because I think sometimes it is overlooked or overshadowed.
See, I'm going to do this. Someone's asking, I think it's someone who says, where are you planning on studying?
So my top options are Cardiff, Warwick, Liverpool, UEA, and Newcastle.
There you go. Elaine, deal with that. The question was coming from Elaine off the floor. And I also understand that you set up this youth parity project during lockdown in the summer, where most of us were just about trying to get around to understanding what lockdown was about. You were just busy setting up this youth parity project, and you were still then in year 12. So how did that come about?
So in light of the kind of newfound exposure of the BLM movement, obviously deriving from the horrible things that happened in America, considering George Floyd's death, it was important to me to create something or to do something that had permanence to it. Whether the outrage kind of continued or not, I wanted my focus to be on young people like myself, and making sure it wasn't just in the media or on the news where they see themselves supported or represented, because I feel like that conveys an element of passivity. I feel like we should make sure that their own schools, their own place of growth shows that they can be actively supported and actively kind of brought into the system, not feeling like they're just going through it, but they're actually part of it, part of the school. So the Youth Parity Project basically works on improving and reworking the education environment of the schools, for BAME students. So for the education, it means that from Key Stage 3 to Key Stage 5, all students are feeling like they are seeing themselves represented in their subjects, not feeling like there's only a certain industry where they can see their own selves represented and thrive and succeed. And then for environment, obviously, again, going back to feeling like you're part of that environment. You shouldn't feel like school is just like an empty building that you just go through to get qualifications, actually feeling like you're a part of a journey that really looks at how you grow as an individual. So definitely the environment side of that comes through that. So I set up the first podcast for my school, and then obviously doing a school publication that celebrates diversity and equality. And education is more like bringing more culturally diverse books into our school library, and making sure the lessons feature more culturally diverse figures in their subjects, to make sure that students feel like they can resonate with that subject and not feel afraid to want to pursue those careers in the future. So things like that.
Oh, Tammy, I could talk to you all day. I just think you're so remarkable. And I certainly know that I wasn't thinking like you are when I was your age. That much I can say for myself. Thank you very much for taking this on. And we're grateful that you're, a part of this network, and good luck with your studies. And I have absolutely no doubt that we'll be hearing a lot more from you in the future. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Right, all right. Okay, bye. Okay, so the next thing is another couple of introductions. Could I have Ashley and Hazel, please?
Hello.
Hey, Ashley.
Hey, good afternoon, everyone.
Okay.
How are you doing, Sam?
I'm all right, thank you. You're looking glam.
Thank you. I just have to say, before I do my introduction, Tammy, what an incredible young lady. Genuinely just so inspiring, so lovely to hear from her.
Yeah. So just tell us that you know the script. So go for it. Tell us a bit about what you do with us and what you're about.
Volunteer mentor for one-to-one mentoring. I specialise in sport and physical activity and in the fitness industry. So I'm currently my role is head of delivery at a sports charity covering Cambridgeshire and Peterborough, where I'm also strategic equality and diversity lead. And I run my business, AJ Fitness, a personal training business. And more recently during lockdown, initiated a podcast, Melanin and Me, to support Black women in the UK. And really for me, mentoring and coaching has been such a big part of my life. And I just, echo all of the things, like I say, that Tammy's just said, really. And the importance of representation, the importance of having a support network around you to be able to kind of enable yourself to unlock the best version of yourself. And I'm incredibly excited. I know Susan is just doing a fantastic job, and kind of initiating this idea, and just it's already evolving into something quite incredible. And so, yeah, very excited to be part of the network and to be volunteering my time, and yeah, excited to see what the future holds.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Can I have Hazel, please?
Hi, Samantha.
Hello.
Hi everyone, my name is Hazel. I'm a second year medical student, and I'm also one of the trustees and a mentor-mentee at One2One Mentoring Network. I'm the student link, so essentially I engage students, invite them to the network so that they can also take part and benefit from this. And I'm excited to see where this role goes, because for me, mentoring has been very important, mentoring and coaching in my journey in terms of getting to where I am now in medical school. And I have really enjoyed peer mentoring as well. And this has just helped me to see the best in people and bring that out of them so that they can have someone alongside them goals. So I'm really excited for this journey and continue to be part of One2One Mentoring Network. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I'm so glad we're hoping that this is just showing people the caliber, and also, that it's all varied. We have different people from different disciplines that are a part of the network, and there is a good chunk of young people. So we'd like anyone who's watching, or listening, who's young, to just come on board, and join us. Okay, so the next bit here is I'm going to have a conversation with two business people. The whole point of this is that we are about entrepreneurship, and we'd like to hear what these two business people can add to this. So I've got Toyin Davidson-Ero and Andrew Techi Apia. I'm going to tell you a bit about them, and then I can bring them onto the screen. So Toyin is a UK-based property lawyer. She was admitted as a fellow of the Chartered Institute of Legal Executives in October 1999. Today, she spends most of her time advising her corporate clients on property acquisitions and property investment. She's the founder and CEO of the successful London-based Property Pillars Club. Through her network, she's raised over £4 million of equity for developers and successfully overseen returns of investors' monies on large development projects. Her 20 years experience in the UK property game is invaluable. Toyin is also an inspirational speaker and a business coach. I can see her on the screen, and then I'm also going to mention Andrew, and then we'll see more of them. So Andrew Techi Apia is the co-founder and managing director of ZPay. He's an expert on banking and mobile payments and has over 15 years of experience in banking and business development. Andrew's experience spans the world of marketing and banking, as he has held various positions, including brand manager, head of retail, head corporate manufacturing business, head transaction banking, business development head, and lead strategy consultant for Big Four Consulting. Andrew has had the opportunity to work with institutions such as Commonwealth Secretariat, Nestle, Barclays, UK, GT Bank, EcoBank, UT Bank, and PricewaterhouseCoopers. He's a product of University of Hull and the University of California, Los Angeles. He has lived and worked in 3 continents, Europe, North America, and Africa. In Africa, he has experience and exposure working in more than 7 markets, including Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, Rwanda, Ghana, Burundi, Zambia, Malawi, and South Africa. He's also been a part of key retail deployments across Africa and has in-depth retail and payment experience. Welcome to you both. Can I have you on my screen? So I've got Toyin and I'm looking for Andrew. Yes, okay, so sorry. Marvin, could you spotlight the 2 of them so that I can have them both on the screen, please?
They're both present.
Have we got Andrew?
I'm here.
Oh, okay. All right. It's just that we can't see you, but anyway. Okay.
Thanks. My camera is on though.
Ah, there we are. There we go. Thank you. And then Toyin as well. Sorry, we'll get around to this because I just saw Toyin a second ago on the screen. Right. We'll get cracking. Marvin, if you can pop Toyin on the screen as well, that will be helpful so people can actually see who we're talking to. Thank you very much for agreeing to come on this. So thank you very much. So we're interested in entrepreneurship and we have both of you with us, owners of successful businesses. And we just want to use this session to understand what your businesses are about and hopefully gain some insight into how you started as in a way as a means of helping any sort of budding entrepreneurs that we've got out there. So my first question will be, as I can see you, I'm hoping that Toyin's out there as well, can you tell us about your business and how did you start it? Was it an idea that you came up with or had you worked in the industry before?
I suppose you're talking to Andrew, are you?
Oh yes, I'm talking to Andrew, sorry.
Okay. Thank you very much for having me. Hello everybody. I'm exceptionally delighted to be on this platform and rather humbled by all the stories. Not to take too much time, we're going to go straight into the conversation. So I work for a company by name ZPay, and actually I suppose the things we see every day on the street and we're exposed to have an influence over us. So for me, that influence will probably start growing up in the UK as a student. And just watching immigrants sending money back home and the exploitation. What we do as a company is we specialize in paying remittances into digital assets, which is basically mobile money wallets, bank accounts, and onto Visa cards. So the business largely is cash pickup, but we disrupt banking by making sure that this goes into digital assets. We give consumers easy reach to their funds. So the bulk of you on this platform probably have families back home abroad who sort of live in maybe remote areas and will have to travel miles to pick up their money. Today we make it possible for them to get their remittances straight into their wallets. We started 6 years ago. We didn't go to market until 2016 because of all the market challenges and regulatory challenges. But today we're a £300 million turnover business. And our revenue is in excess of about maybe 3 to 4.5 million pounds a year. We've grown significantly from a very small business to what we become today, which sort of takes you to the big question, how did we come by that and how did we start? What was the sort of mentoring direction that brought us to this? So in 2014, 2015, if you take a country like Ghana as a model, Ghana had about 4 million bank accounts and banking was just about 100 years old in Ghana. Yet when we deployed mobile money, within a space of 5 years, mobile money, we had about 10 million wallets across 3 providers. So it was very clear that the future was going to be wallets. It was clear that the future was not going to be cards, and Africans were not card people, but wallet people. Because everybody stuck to their phone. Even when there's no light, we had a phone. If we went to the most remote village, there was a phone. So basically, mobile telephony leapfrogged the economy so much in many ways. So that's sort of where the big idea came from. The question was, how do you make it possible? If these guys in remote areas have phones, then how do we make it possible for them to get their monies on their phones rather than having to go to the bank?
Right, so it looks like another gremlin in here. Andrew, can you hear us? Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly switch to Toyin, and then when Andrew comes back on, he can continue from where he left off. Toyin.
Hello.
Hi there. So can you same question to you? I mean, tell us a bit about your business and how you started it. And because I know that, I discussed you're a lawyer, but you made this change into this area of property. So could you tell us a bit, please?
Thank you for inviting me. I've been listening in and I've been really inspired by this movement, and I'm glad to be part of it. Well, my background has been initially as a property litigation lawyer for the last 20 years. I was admitted in October 1998. So I've always worked with investors, I've always worked with landlords. And my position changed about 4 years ago when I decided that I'd had enough of representing investors, developers and landlords, and I wanted to start on a new process, which was to create some YouTube content. So it started with my Samsung phone, which I've got here, and my 11-year-old daughter, who opened up a YouTube channel for me, and I would make some videos with this phone. I started making videos concerning the areas of the law that I specialized in, which was property litigation. And the purpose of the videos was just to give people some helpful information. I started videos on things like the difference between a leasehold and a freehold, how to secure an option on the property, how to source a property, areas to look out for, how to calculate the yields, service charge and ground rent, fire safety, tenancy evictions, all of that, based on 20 years as a lawyer. And on the back of those videos, I had some followers, not huge, but possibly a couple of hundreds. And they would phone me and say, we watched your video, it was very helpful, would like to meet you. And I said, fine, there's enough of you asking to meet me. Why don't we arrange to meet at a hotel in central London for a coffee? And then the first meeting, about 5 of them turned up and we had coffee, we spoke, we laughed, and somebody had the idea that we should meet again the following month. So we did. The following month we met again. On that occasion, 14 people turned up. We met again the following month, and again 20 people turned up. And then the hotel lobby was like, you can't continue coming here, a group of you turning up like this, using our facilities. You must take a meeting room. And then people said to me, Toyin, well, you started this, you mentor us, you train us. Can we do it in the meeting room? I said, well, if we're going to do a meeting room, we need to have money towards the meeting room. From that, we decided to get a meeting room at the very hotel we started off with. And I decided to call it the Property Pillars Club because the YouTube videos I had done called Property Pillars. So since then, we're now 2 years old. Yesterday, we celebrated our 2nd anniversary as a club. The club is a members only club, and our purpose is to help provide training, investment opportunities, and networking for our members. Since our formation, we do monthly training events. Prior to the COVID, we used to meet every month at the hotel, in that hotel, and bring property experts to the memberships, bring investment opportunities to the membership, and also provide training. But since COVID, we've been doing all of that training via the Zoom platform. So our organization is designed to support professional people who don't know very much about property, who don't want to get stung in higher fees, who want to get involved directly with developers and invest their funds. Now, currently at the club, I can say that we have 9 ongoing live development projects across the London areas. And the members of the club are partnered with developers who are also members of the club, and we build basically residential dwellings, we build flats, we build houses. If you visit our Property Pillars Club website, you see all the projects that we've got currently on there. I'm a bit hoarse, as you can tell from my voice, because yesterday was our Zoom birthday party. Over 300 people joined on that. We were busy celebrating our 2nd anniversary as a community. I've raised over £4 million for projects. I've built a private cemetery in Sevenoaks. I'm building a development of 16 luxury flats in Hunstanton at the moment. North Finchley, I'm doing 9 flats there on the High Road, Finchley. We've got a project in Potters Bar on the High Street. We're building 3 flats there. I've got another one in Eltham on the High Street. We're putting 2 flats there. There's quite a lot going on at the moment, but really and truly, it's about bringing people who have the passion to come on board directly with us. We have WhatsApp group for each project. We have architects within the club. We've got bankers within the club. We've got planners within the club. And we pull together our resources and see our building go up. So that's what I've done. And that's it. Thank you.
That sounds very inspirational. Andrew, have we got you back? Andrew?
Yes, I am online. Can you hear me?
Yeah, yes, I can hear you now. So sorry, you dropped off. So I kind of, in the interest of time, I kind of jumped on and got Toyin to slide in there. But you know what? I'm just going to ask you sort of another. And these are you can just give me short answers about that and things like that. So I've got here, and I'm curious about this, is when you started your business. Usually, when you're interested for people who enter into entrepreneurial stuff, you set up and you think, oh, I'm in my full-time job and I want to go off and start doing something different. Either, for both of you, did you keep your full-time jobs, or did you just kind of take this leap of faith and get out there, or did you kind of like just hedge your bets, or you believed enough in what you were going to do to then go? So I'm sure people will be interested to know that. Andrew, yeah, you go, please. Andrew, sorry, did you hear my question?
I didn't hear your question.
You did?
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
So in response to your question, it took me about 5 years to do this. So when I was leaving industry, I was ready. However, just to answer you again, I sort of sought mentorship from about 5 very important people in Ghana who I thought had been successful. One of them was Kofi Amwabin, PK, UT Bank. One of them was a gentleman by the name of Champonche Glyco. So, and then I spoke to my good friend Tamara, who had done very well with Lionheart, and a few other young people. So by the time I was making that transition, I had also sort of got a bit of mentoring, a bit of guidance. I actually took a year and a half working for UT and the Kofi Amwabin directly just to understand that with Achan Ponche, I also would work for him for about a year, 2 years as well. So just to answer you, I transitioned as the MD of a company, but my contract enabled me to run the 2 companies doing that. Yeah. So that I have a first 2 years leeway.
Okay, okay. Toyin, can you, what was your experience? I mean, was your experience similar or quite different?
Mine evolved into this because when I started making those YouTube videos and I started having people gather and meet me, I didn't really know what I was doing. Actually, I think we created what we have based on the demand organically from the people that were coming forward. So it wasn't that I intended to transit into owning a property club. I was first and foremost a property lawyer, and then a mother of 3 children, single mother of 3 children. So I had enough on my plate, but my passion for seeing people grow outstrip anything that I actually done in the past with my legal profession. And it was also a natural step for me. I didn't feel as though I was entering into new territory. Being a lawyer for developers, investors, and landlords for 20 years, it was very, very familiar territory. I've been drafting contracts for them, and I knew the paperwork, I knew the structure, I knew the system. So I was just taking what I'd done over the last 20 years and using it in a different way. So I transited from practicing law to running the property club. Yes, that's what happened to me.
I'm going to ask you, I think the last bit will be around mentoring. And I know that Andrew has touched on that a bit, but it's something that anyway, in my experience, when you're working somewhere, certainly in the corporate world, you need to have an advocate, people who have really shot ahead, have had someone who's picked them up and said, fantastic, I'm going to help you, or, you know, in some kind of collaboration, you've been able to do this. So can you tell us, you know, if you, any kind of mentoring experience that you've had, even if it's what you've even, and also including any kind of mentoring you've given other people, just as a way of inspiring the rest of us. Thank you. So Toyin, as you're on the screen, I'm going to go for you, and then I'll come back to Andrew.
The mentoring is so important. I've learned so much from people who have invested a lot of time in the developments, because I was not practicing as a developer. So in the club, I've worked very closely with seasoned professional developers who've worked with Persimmons, you know, who worked with Barratt Homes, who've come on board. So I've watched them do builds, I've watched them on sites, I've connected with them. I was always good at equity raising. I was good at being able to present a show on YouTube, being able to articulate the legal process for an investor, but I wasn't the type of person that would put a building together from scratch. So I had to learn those processes by having successful developers with me as our mentor. So for the last year or so, I've actually been a student to developers, and I'm learning with them as they go along. In the same way, they're learning the legals from me and seeing how the lawyers do their job, the background of the case, the SPVs, the loan agreements, the RX1s, the structures. So they're learning vice versa from me. So definitely this platform is great. I'm happy to volunteer my time to support anybody here who wants to learn about property investing, the legalities, and also be part of the Property Pillars Club. Actually, somebody put a message about the website. I'll just say it's www.propertypillarsclub.com. propertypillarsclub.com.
I was going to do that at the end for you, but you've done this yourself. That's really good. Andrew, could you, same question to you, please? Have I lost Andrew again? It looks like I have. Okay, not to worry. So I think what I will say is that from your perspective, what I can see, the thing that I quite like is the joining together. And I think it's the same concept that we've got here, where we keep saying that, and then from Susan's message earlier on, we've got to do things together, because in doing things together, we're not all equipped with the various things, but you've got different people, from architects to bankers, and then together you build this business which is very successful, and you all benefit from it. Do you see what I mean? And I think for me, if I think about what we're trying to do around mentoring, is that if we all help each other to raise people up, then hopefully we'll all get to a successful point where we're all very happy. Thank you so much. And I don't know what's happened to Andrew, but
I'm here.
Oh, Andrew, you're back. Okay, so we're dipping in and out. So that was the last question I was trying to find out, was anything you could tell us about mentoring others, or your own experience from mentoring, because we're coming up to our time.
Okay, so I'll be very quick. I think for me, two things I want to say is, so I had the advantage to have my dad as my mentor, right? And he helped me a lot. But one thing he taught me, which worked for me, which could work for people like the people you kind of work with, is the fact that you should look into companies that have what we call an outside-in model. So a lot of time, a lot of these companies want to work with certain companies because they don't compete with them, they don't do what they do, but they have a skill that will help them grow their business. So that's what we did. And we got one of the largest insurance companies in Ghana to come on board, to partner with us and adopt us as an outside-in model to grow their business, and at the same time to guide us to become number one. And that was really helpful. We did the same with the bank as well. And today we're probably the third largest or biggest client to one of the local banks in Ghana, actually ABSA. So I think it's really a function of people understanding mentoring from different angles, mentoring from the angle of finding companies and corporates that need your service, but at the same time can guide you. and then finding mentors who can actually mentor you the right way. In terms of mentoring others, I haven't been good at that apart from my staff, but I have the best staff you can think about. So I think I've done a good job internally.
I'm sure you have. I'm sure you have. To both of you, I just want to say a huge thank you. I will put your details. So for Andrew's company, let's hope I've got this right. It's www.myzeepay.com. It is myzeepay.com. Have I got that right?
Yes, you have. And just to say that I also want to give so much back to the community. We have an office in the UK right up in the city of London. When COVID is over, we're in town, so we're happy to help as well significantly.
Fantastic, fantastic. So that's your offer, and Toyin has kindly also offered. You gave me, was it a couple of hours a week of your time to go? Is that what you gave me the other day we spoke? And that's fantastic. So we're going to pull something together and get. But thank you both. And Toyin, I'll remind them of yours. It's www.propertypillarsclub.com. Fantastic. Thank you both so much. Okay, thank you.
Bye, guys. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you. Okay, now the next thing is a call to action. Call to action, and this is from Ruth, who's a donor contact and also our trustee, one of our trustees. So Ruth, I'm going to hand over to you.
Hello, everybody. Good afternoon, and thank you so much for the intro, Sam. Yes, I am Ruth Amenu. I'm a trustee, and I am also the donor contact for One2One. I just want to say a very big thank you, first of all, for everybody for making the time this afternoon. It's been a really exciting journey. I have to say, I keep thinking back to June 2020 when Susan first spoke to me about One2One and where we are today. And I must say, hearing Susan speak today has been really inspirational, putting it all together. I am really excited, and it's very true. One2One is a movement. It is a movement that is aimed at really building resilience within our community and supporting to remove barriers to enable and empower. I like those keywords, really. Today, you've heard from Susan, you've heard from my fellow mentors and trustees, why they joined One2One and why they do what they do. You've heard from the mentees who are already benefiting from this service. You've heard from Tammy, she's amazing. And this is what, I mean, she stands up in the community at 17 and she's already wonderful. She's got great places to go to. You've heard from Yvonne, she's changed tragedy into opportunity and it's making a difference. You've also heard from Toyin and Andrew, two individuals who have built great businesses within our community and who have also described how the mentoring model has helped them. And you keep, and I'm sure like you're all wondering, what can you do? What can you do to be a part of this? This is the call to action. We need to stand together. We need to all be together to build a movement. I remember something that Barack Obama said in 2008 that resonated with me. He talked about the difference between income and wealth. Income is where you get paid, and when you don't have a job anymore, it's taken away from you. Wealth grows itself, it's sustainable. But to have a community that is able to generate wealth, you must have people who are empowered, who are strong, who have a direction, and who are supporting each other. And I think that's what we are trying to do here in One2One. The events of this summer, what has gone on in the past, has led us here. We're at a place where we can change the rhetoric. But to do that, we need help. We need help from all of you. Everyone on the call today is a key part. I've been looking at the numbers. Sorry, my light has been very bad. I just realized that. I've been looking at the numbers. We've had almost 100 people at a point on this call. And you all have something to support, something to bring. I think of support in three key ways. We have the doers. We need people to join us as mentors. Out of 100 people who have dialed onto this call today, you all have gifts, you have treasures, you have experience in different ways. So what I'll be asking you to do is to go to our website, one2onementoringnetwork.com, and please use the contact us button and sign up as mentors. The more mentors we have, the bigger our chances.
You're on mute.
Have I been on mute all this while?
No, just for a few seconds.
Okay, sorry. So anyway, I was talking about signing up as mentors. Please use the contact us button on our website to sign up. Additionally, we're looking to innovate. We need to find different ways to do things better. So we're looking for ideas. We're looking for support from the group. We're looking for people to help us to be innovative in our delivery. But finally, and most importantly, we need financial support. We have to run our operations. We've got a website, which is critical. That's our shop front as a charity. So we've got to have the website up, we've got to run it. We also have to continue to develop training programs for our mentors so that we are sharpened as iron sharpens iron. So we need to make sure that we've got resources to deliver training to our mentors, who then deliver the mentoring program, which is the core of what we're here to do. We also need to continuously run research into the community to understand the factors that impact the community so that we can continue to shape the program to be effective. These are some of the key areas that when you give your money today or ongoing will help us to build the one-to-one website. Now, the one-to-one service. Now, I'm sure you're wondering, how do you donate? So if you go onto our website, the One-to-One Mentoring Network, there is a GoFundMe button. Please use it. That will allow you to give us a one-off donation. But in addition to that, we're also looking for subscription, people who can donate on a regular basis, weekly, monthly. Every little helps, as Tesco's will say. And if you're a UK taxpayer, don't forget, when you donate, the HMRC also pays the taxes back to us on that donation. So don't forget to gift aid your donation. So, as I said, please go to the One-to-One Mentoring Network website, use the PayPal donate button, and you've got the option to do a one-off donation or to do a monthly subscription. Basically, we need you in order to make this dream work. We need you to come and join us in this journey because we are only as strong as our weakest link. And we need you to build this movement so that even our weakest link no longer exists. Please don't forget, go to the One-to-One Mentoring Network website, use the donate button, use the contact us button. Every little helps. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, Ruth. Thank you so much. And I think that the website, we'll pop it in there for you to see. I think at the end of it, we'll pop the website address on there properly for you. But thank you so much. I mean, your call to action, because we do need help from all angles for people to help us in terms of as much currency in giving us space in your company to have some internships and things like that. All of that stuff is just as good for us. So thank you. And you're looking glorious. Just thought I'd say that. Okay, so I've got the last lot of members that I'd like to introduce you. And then after that, I'm going to introduce you to a young lady. This is all fine, and I'll get cracking. So can I have Amma Frimpong and Dr. Michael Oglundele on, please?
Hello.
Right, Amma, I can't see you at all. Are you somewhere?
I should be on somewhere.
Okay. There you go. See you. Tell us about yourself, what you do for us as well.
Yeah, hello. So my name is Amma Frimpong. I work as a senior mechanical engineer in product development and technology consulting. I also am the diversity and equality, diversity and inclusion lead for One2One Mentoring Network.
Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you. And Dr. Mike?
Hi, everyone. My name is Michael Dr. Gundele. I've been living in the UK for about 20 years and a father of 2 boys. I've been a consultant pediatrician for about 6 years now, working in the NHS. And I've also have a background, in research in basic immunology from Germany. And you've heard the talk from Susan, Dr. Susan Oza, about her motivation and dream for setting up this mentoring network. And when she contacted me, I jumped at it straight away because I'm also very passionate about the older generation pulling their resources and experience together to support the younger coming generation so that they don't have to suffer or work as hard 10 times more than everybody else, like some of us have had to. I'm currently the Bridge Network lead. That is the section of the one-to-one mentoring that is coordinating and bringing together resources from male professionals and male men from the BAME, so that we can use our resources to mentor and coach upcoming young men and young professionals from the Black and ethnic minorities. So we're interested in male professionals, people who have accomplished in their respective fields, come on board, join us, and help us work together to bring up our younger generation of young men. Thank you very much.
Thank you both. Can I now have Esinam on the screen, please? Esinam. Esinam, are you out there? Hello? Can we hear from Essie? Okay. I was trying to find, I'm waiting for one other person that I was going to introduce you to, but at this stage, I think, now we were supposed to have a Q&A, but actually because this wasn't about a panel talk or anything like that, all the questions within there, I think, are being answered as we're going through. So if you've got anything you want to see, please visit us at our website at www.one2onementoring.com. Even though we're called One-to-One Mentoring Network, I think our email address is one2onementoring.com. You know, come on there. There's a space for questions. There's a way to come and join us and all that sort of. So if you've got questions, please go in there and contact us through that. So if I can't find Esinam. Okay. Oh, okay. So sorry, I'm half reading this. Marvin, is there anything you want to say at all? Marvin has been managing everything behind the scenes. Marvin, is there anything you want to add to this before I bring this to a close? No. Okay. So I'm just going to say, this is my opportunity to say what a lovely afternoon this has been for us. I think, at least my hope is that you've listened to what people have had to say, you've met different members, you've listened to our founder, and you know what we're about. But in essence, and I think she did say that, I keep saying that this is like it's a movement. we have to do together. We have to join hands. We have to link up to use this. It's a tool to help. If you've managed to you found the way through the maze, and so I said this last week, if you found the way through the maze, then you need to help others to come along with you. We need to bring people with us. So thank you very much for this evening to our wonderful guests, to Yvonne Lawson, to Toyin, to Andrew, to Tammy, Young Inspirational, and really, I'd also like to thank all our trustees, our key partners, our volunteer mentors, and our mentees as well. We're building something here. Come and join us and be a part of it. But it's been a wonderful afternoon, and I hope, I'd just like to look at the time, 3:30. It's over and out, but we're going to hear, I think, some music, so hang around if you want to just chat in there, but hang around and we'll Lavs, I've asked Lavs if she, because her music was so lovely at the start, that we're going to have something on there. But once again, to everybody, for giving up your Saturday afternoon, we've got things happening. I will be posting stuff. There'll be stuff on Twitter and all our accounts. There will also be more events. If you go onto our website, you will see whatever our upcoming events are. October has been busy. It's been Black History Month. We went for it. We've done everything, but we feel confident that we have told you all that we can about us. Now it's up to you. Come and join us in different guises, because we need everybody on board. All right.
Hi, Sam.
Yes.
I think Yasmin is trying to catch your attention frantically. I can see her trying to catch your attention.
Right. Okay.
Her
Right.
through.
So there I was wrapping up. So this is it. Esinam has written a lovely poem, which as a young person, I just felt was another thing that I'd slotted in there that I wanted us to. So it would be lovely if we just give her an opportunity to hear. So Esinam, are you there? Is Esinam out there?
Sam, I think you are not seeing her, but she is there.
Yeah, so she needs to be spot. She needs to be spot. So Marvin,
She's live. She's live.
Mic is not working.
Okay, so if we just have a minute, will we just give a bit of space to Esinam. Thank you so much. Now your poem, which you wrote yourself, it's called Summer 2020. So take it away.
Her mic is not working.
Okay, Esinam, can you hear me?
Okay, I think, yeah, I think I don't know if Ruth, if you can come in and help.
I think she has a mic issue. It's from her mic.
Maybe she hasn't joined via the computer audio.
Oh my God, actually, lips are moving, but
yeah,
can't hear anything. Oh, that's such a shame.
Yasmin, why don't you, can you hear us? Yeah, why don't you go and join your mom, where your mom is?
No, she's at uni.
Oh, she's at uni. Silly me.
She's at uni.
Right. Okay, such a shame.
All I can say is I really want to, because I heard your poem and I loved it. And so someone says, can she rejoin the chat? Yeah. I think what we're going to do here is we'll have to find another way. And I don't know why your microphone isn't working. Is there something you've done on there? No. All right. Well, I'm terribly sorry about this. It really is good. Now we have more opportunities. We're always doing something. We're always doing something. So we'll pull Esinam back in on one of our events. And I think if you really want to hear her poem, I think have you got stuff you put on Instagram? Okay, we'll post something about this. We'll post something about this. Thank you. So thank you, everyone. I'm not going to apologize for that, because this is what it's all about. It's all live. It's all it's natural. We're all okay with each other. Thank you so much for joining us again, and we look forward to seeing you at the next thing, which we will publicize.
Yeah. Pay attention to what I'm saying. My people die from a lack of knowledge. Think they've got it, they don't know me, bunch of pseudo prophets. More concerned about profits and filling up their pockets. It grieves me that the minds of the folly are deceived easily. Have you got no vision, claiming you walk by sight? Angels of darkness will masquerade as light. Can't be woke and blind, both dead and alive. Their division is evident, many souls are left desolate. Tune into wisdom, set the frequency to understanding. Strive for it and the ways will become clear. To anybody with ears, let them hear. A word of life cuts deeper than a sharp spear. If you don't know, now you know. When the seed hits the soil, it will grow. From your fruits you will reap what you sow. So I only breathe life in my flows. If you don't know, now you know. When the seed hits the soil, it will grow. From your fruits you will reap what you sow. So I only breathe life in my flows. We have weapons of mass production or destruction in the tongue. If your house is built on words, would you stay or would you run? Your ignorance will prison you, all in the name of fun. Your life is a reflection of who's triggering your gun. You are what you eat, and it shows when you speak. If your heart's full of love, then you'll never compete. Its completeness overflows and it's no secret. A lack of it throws you into the ether. So know yourself, know your wealth, step into your greatness. Cause your favored need the flavor of the soup spilled. They wanna know how I go in, it's cause I've been filled. Been still, receptive to the truth, I move drill. I don't settle for less, now I know more. Highly favored and blessed, that I know for sure. The future's bright to every day I grow and mature. To adventure to the life that I'm yet to explore. If you don't know, now you know. When the seed hits the soil, it will grow. From your
Did you enjoy it?
reap what you sow. So I only breathe life in my flows.
Did you watch all of it? She is very good at love.
When the seed hits the soil, it will grow. From your fruits, you will reap what you sow. So I only breathe life in my flows.
Come here. What is that? It's all right. What is that? What is that? I'm in the kitchen with Muppets.
Too many cooks in the kitchen. All these notes, everybody wants to pitch in. Walking out like Bobby, I don't need a new edition. Wondering why they had admission. I gave them an inch, they took a leap. Throwing ingredients of beat, and I followed through just like a sheep. As I played, I can hear the L-O-V-Z. Literally, I was plagued with me. Lost sight of what I'm here for. Legally blind, didn't know what I'm here for. Sat down when I stood out, fearful. Needing the dough, playing a role, I'm cheerful. I disliked what was cooking. Messing up the recipes. Every time I tried, I was seeing less and less of me. Tired of it looking everywhere for a remedy. Had to look within, I was swerving into destiny. It was all chips and dip, biting my tongue, no lip. I was in the soup, too many cooks in the place. Man couldn't even think straight. I was in the soup, eating my heart out. Just after the cloud, I was in the soup. I was in a soup. There's food for thought and some to ignore. Me being me shouldn't be a chore. No one's perfect, we're all flawed. So why do we chase what we can't draw? I take everything with a pinch of salt. Boy, better know that I move skeptical. Words we use are dissectable. It's our business if we digest them all. Like potato, tomato, tomato, my floss full of gato. They shake like rubber, oh my G say I'm wavy like Johnny say bravo. Never get lost in the sauce, bruh. Gotta realize you're the sauce, bruh. Cause once you deep, you're the sauce. Making you an unstoppable force. It was all chips and dip, biting my tongue, no lip. I was in the soup, too many cooks in the place. Man couldn't even think straight. I was in the soup, eating my heart out. Just after the cloud, I was in the soup. I was in the soup. It was all chips and dip, biting my tongue, no lip. I was in the soup, too many cooks in the place. Man couldn't even think straight. I was in the soup, eating my heart out. Just after the cloud, I was in the soup. I was in the soup. feel like I'm waiting to exhale. Whitney and Angela have nothing on me. I'm trapped behind bars of my own jail. I say I'm fine, but it never sells. Steady tipping on a tightrope. I'm so scared to fly, cause I get too high. Come crashing down and I can't cope. There's never fire without smoke. I see new hope in the sunrise. This light inside me is gonna shine so bright, let me feel the shade. Wouldn't have it any other way. Your greatness is simply immeasurable. I can't shrink for you to be comfortable. My cup overflows in abundance. I mean that, oh baby, I'm going.
Gotta keep moving, gotta just keep on shopping. I know my life shines brighter. The way that they can lift me, I will get to the top and fill my goals with purpose. On nothing, I know I'm black. My blessings only means I can't get in my way.
I don't wanna show you my true colours, so I'm out here displaying your favourite. Want validation? I know it's basic. Drowning in my problems, faded away since I keep playing. I keep on dwelling. I keep creating my own complications. I've seen this program, I'm changing the station, no hesitation. It's gotta feel good to be you, so make sure you do right by you. This isn't time for that doubting. You gotta shut it down when you feel it coming. Facing my demons, head on, no more running. Better said than done, I'm not on fronting. When the storm is over, it will be stunning. How you blossom, but you didn't see it coming.
Gotta keep moving, gotta just keep on shopping. I know my life shines brighter. The way that they can lift me, I will get to the top and fill my goals with purpose. On nothing, I know I'm black. My blessings only means I can't get in my way. Cause I know I am worthy and I know I can do this. Just need to believe it. Can't let me block my blessings. Can't rest until I get this. Can't get in my own way. Yeah.